I just wanted to share some more with you guys from the Shadow Work Journal. I talked about this a couple days ago. One of the quotes inside the book says, "Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you." Killer quote. This book references a lot of different things. It helps you with inner child work. It helps you with grounding. It just kind of scratches the surface and really gets you started with some poking and prodding questions to help understand where you come from and how where you come from has affected you. I am a life coach and a spiritual awakening specialist, and I can't tell you how many of my clients and how many different people I've talked to when we first start to meet are like, no, my childhood was great. I don't really have any bad things that happened. And then as we start to work through the issues that are presenting themselves in their current life right now, we trace those back and we realize there were some things that happened. There were some ways they were treated. There was some neglect. There was some verbal stuff that was happening. They were persecuted for certain things. And no matter if it's trauma with a big T or trauma with a little t, we internalize and process things differently. So until we go back and heal those wounds that were made when we were very small, they will continue to be wounds that we bump up against as adults. Even if we've put them out of the front of our memory, our body and our emotional triggers remember that. If you're taking a bunch of things personal, if you're not able to let things go, if you are getting confrontational, if you're arguing with people a lot, if you feel like everybody's out to get you, if you have a hard time standing up for yourself, these are all signs that you need to do some shadow work. And it's not a bad thing, because the truth is, once you start to heal your inner child, and you get to work on your inner teenager, you get to work on all the parts of you that are still stuck in this trauma. And when you heal them and you work with them, you now, this version of you, all of a sudden feels so much better. I work with a lot of people, and something that I see is that people are not at a place where they have hope or they're excited about anything until they do the inner work. And then once they do the inner work and they start to integrate their shadow and they start to heal, then they're like, wait, okay, maybe I can manifest. Maybe I can start to dream. Maybe I can start to feel hopeful and feel excited and feel love again. And the switch just flips. But it's because we have to heal. We have to heal before we can start to have aspirations, before we can start to have dreams, because our wounds can get so big that they make us feel hopeless and sad, and everything just hurts. So if you have not checked it out, I have it on my TikTok shop. You can go to my page and go to my shop and get your shadow work journal. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this because I absolutely love it. And yeah, go check it out.